and see how messed up where it's at. Disappearing is expected. Pet the kitty. Pet the goddamn kitty. In a weird Shakespearean-like adventure. Why do I get the feeling that this is like a hub or something? I see a lot of butterflies down there. Whoa, Paimon bets a lot of people can live in a huge castle like this. Underwater? But of course, not just people either. Hey, there you are again, see? Creepy stuff with a straight face. And oh, fret not, surely heroes such as yourself would dispatch any hidden ghosts or phantoms without breaking a sweat. What is this? What is an exquisite box? It seems like a music box of some kind. Still doesn't need to fit too well with its surroundings. Good eye, that is indeed a music box. But just as I have knowledge about beyond ordinary cats, the music box has functioned beyond most others. What I can speak to? That did not cross my mind. Regrettably, it did not have such a function, for now at least. If this thing can talk, then I'm gonna be scared. Anyway, even those who lack any musical knowledge can freely operate the power of the symphony using this box. We'll have to use it for later, I'm sure. But isn't that because the symphony has got all wacky that the townsfolk turn into whatever they are now? So what if Garnet, Traveler, presses the wrong button or something? The symphony here may have become chaotic. And become the source of all sins. Wait, what? What sin? You okay over there, Traveler? Oh, for crying out loud. Peace now. You need not be fretful. The symphony was mightily beautiful and glorious once, and existed that shouldered golden ideas. That it sows chaos upon the surface is more mayhap than a lion. The result of evildoers misusing great glorious power. But were the Traveler sure she would wield this power correctly. Okay! It'd be more accurate to say that I have no other option. I'm a mere catapersant. After all, should I wish to make use of the music box myself, it might prove somewhat difficult. Because you need fingers, and you don't have fingers? We have spoken much. Now to put things to the test. Remember the strings with whom the harp of the rune? Those are in truth the scores in which the symphony was recorded. As long as you place the score in the music box, the box shall play its tune on its own. Okay, like a tape recorder. Ooh. Okay. What? Okay. It's one of these. So, scores of levels. And my guess is, if we go through each of these, music box, it's like the teapot from Madame Ping, where we're dealing with like these many things. It's that the first terrestrial creatures emerged from the warm oceans. The lands then were fertile, producing all abundance. The gifts bestowed by fate were so ample that it seemed that the land itself was specially prepared for them. Locust, whatever the hell it is. Moving melody accompany the swift ship as it comes through the azure waves. Plucks at the harp strings, tells a companion for there to end the seas, and all give to thee. Until that day comes. But then suddenly! Is that it? That is it. Nothing else. Play the second score. That's it. Oh, that's a pretty happy tune. Paimon's feeling all warm and fuzzy inside. Seems the box still functions. Well now, are we not safe? Wait, so you aren't even sure if it will work or not? Not completely. One cannot judge a box by its cover. Paimon gets a feeling we're not talking about the box at all. But never mind that. What should we do now? The chaotic symphony must be here. If we can look at it, we could retrieve the souls that have been taken for the townsfolk. Let's have a look around for starters. Reasonable judgment, if memory serves, the castle has many great strange rooms. Perhaps they are worth investigating first. Also, the castle's central hall plays host to the mysterious stage. Though no more plays shall ever be performed here. It was once an entrance to the place deeper underwater still. Where the power of the symphony yet lingers. We must go back and check for any further anomalies there. Deeper still? Indeed. I wonder what awaits us there. It is not the time to leave us hanging. You're surprisingly a petty one, huh? Still, before the riddle may be solved, we must first find the clues that await us to the castle. Come, let us away. Okay! The Mighty Ancient Symphony game. The Symphony seems to be now its choice civilization. Uses the power to unleash 2 types of sound waves. Use the power of Symphony to resonate with entities that react to the power of music. Press to activate pause sound waves to stop moving. Continuously hold activate to play sound. Pause to start moving. Reactivate the pause sound wave. The Might of the Ancient Symphony float above. Wait, what? Special music notes float above objects that can be influenced by the power of the symphony. When they resonate with specific sound waves, the notes above them will also change. Not all the objects can be influenced by music and resonate with different sound waves. Okay. Hello. Can I grab that? I can't grab that. You. Can I pet you? Meow meow. Pet him. Meow meow meow. Pet the kitty. No! No! Never mind that, cats are I don't mind being touched, but cats have their own boundaries. Can I pet you on your head? No, don't take me for an ordinary cat. No, chest. Closer. Nope! Get you on the back. Can I get you on the ears? No! I gotta find this spot. Where's this spot? Don't take me for an ordinary cat. Back? No! Where's his frickin' spot? Pet him from time to time. I don't know where he wants. Forehead? Nope. Stop it. Chin? Nope. Alright, fine. I don't know where he wants to be pet. I gotta figure it out. Alright, screw it. He doesn't like being pet. I gotta figure out his spot. Okay. Hadrukilas! You're not gonna let me get it. This is a stage you spoke of earlier, Aussie, and your Paimon's eyes deceiving her, or is the mural on the top moving? It's kinda spooky. That terrifying power could be escaping here. Could it be Aussie? Hey, Aussie, are you spacing out? Meow. Ahem, my apologies. I was distracted for a moment. Okay, you can perform on the stage. Is that what you're feeling? Nostalgic or something? Time to perform the Shakespeare play! Do you play a cat? Perhaps you're an audience member? That seems unlikely. I might have, or I might not. It was all in the past, by the way. Utterly irrelevant. What matters now is the scent of the discord I smell in the air. As though some presence, one that makes me uneasy, once visited this place. I fear the specifics may only be ascertained once we have performed the score here. There is one here too. Paimon didn't notice. Well, you may have seen the scores shaped like strings, but you have not seen those shaped like mirrors. One such is before you. So the pictures are moving because there actually is a score? Indeed. Now let me think. To stage a performance, we shall first need to place the blank score in here. We should be able to find one here in the castle. Okay. Ooh. It's a strange shiny fish again. Feels like it's been following us from the upside. How weird. Is that the frickin' narwhal again? Or is it a different one? Paimon may have witnessed a little world. Paimon, have you witnessed so little of the world to find such things strange? Are we not underwater? Is it not ordinary to see all manner of fish about? But this big guy looks anything but ordinary. And this voice, I've heard it before. Seriously, you mean for the dream you had before? This part of the sea outside is like the castle. It belongs to the past. It is something that should have been forgotten. If one ceaselessly calls out the monster that has been blotted from memory, they might have trouble. It is wise to be cautious. It is for the best we simply treat it as an ordinary fish. You make everything sound so scary, Aussie. Are you trying to creep us out or something? Simply mean to avoid unnecessary complications. After all, our top priority is to retrieve the surface dwellers' souls, no? It just so happens there's a blank score before us. We simply need to use the music box to tune the auto-harmonic reed pipes on the other side so we can obtain it. Give it a go. Auto-harmonic reed pipes. Built by the ancient civilization obsessed with music, tuned to the correct mode by the power of symphony. As you hold unleashed to play sound waves, the score will keep sliding. Release it to cause a point in a specific mode, cause you to change tuning. So, what? How do I... Wait, do I... Oh, no, wait. Hmm? Oh, wait. I actually know what to do. Because I see a symbol over here, and I need to match the symbol, so... There we go, okay. Done. I just need a second to think about it.
I'll keep this close.
Grab it! Thank you. I have grabbed it. It is ours for the taking. So... And now I can put the score here. There we go! Not only do we have the same haughty skin, but in our veins flow the same divine essence. We share the same wisdom and melody. The same will. What? Whoa, someone's coming out from the mural. Mural person? It's been too long, dear friend. How many years since that day? 500? Thousands? Interesting the number 500 is brought up again. Like, similar to Fontaine, or what happened when Farina had to begin that journey of just near endless suffering. Time matters not to us all. You may be in the small body now, but I recognize you in an instant. Well, are you tired of battle and have decided to take up rat catching as a new hobby? Rat catching. It's you! And what exactly is he, a monster, a ghost? Or could he be the real Dark Lord? Dark Lord? Pah! Barbarians remain barbarians. I see ignorant even of their own ignorance. Boethius of Romeria am I. Foremost harmos of Phobos. You need not to introduce yourself. I have no interest in the titles pelted by primitives. You know that's a... Fine. I do not deny it, but... Need you to be so formal, Cassiodor? Do our years of service under the Sebastos, our God King, matter so little to you? The past is the past. I do not know you, whose soul has been long shattered. I have manifested, but it seems the chaotic symphony is your doing, and none other. Cease! Return the souls of those who live in the present back to the shadow, and go back to the shadow beneath the dark waters to where you belong. This is my final warning to you. 500 years is special since that is when the cataclysm took place. Oh, and what then? Will you continue wearing your mask of hypocrisy, traitor? Will you shut your eyes and ears for another millennium? But you have noticed, have you, why my melody would break its bonds at this time and affect the present? Why my strength has given me the might to open the gate to the deep waters, allowing me to manifest. The power of the sea surges, Cassiodor. The return of Phobos is imminent. Phobos? Yes, indeed. Over these thousands of years I have bound my soul to the shadow of Phobos, the omniscient enigma. The great power has but finally descended once again. It is not the wish that we once failed to accomplish. To repeat the passage to give the ancient tragedy an encore, nor have I ever wanted to sacrifice innocent lives. Is that so? Not that it matters, Cassiodor. The world you have defended is coming apart at the seams. The people of bygone times you see of before shall return to their rightful places. Fontaine's existence is a mistake, one we shall correct. When the oceans swallow it, Remuria shall rise again to the sea once again, and light shall over the land. Is it because of the primordial sea? How can you call it a mistake? You are the mistaken one. We should have assimilated to this new nation thousands of years ago, but it was you who warped them into puppets of ancient hate. Whether the Phobos matter is true or false, as long as my will is not dissipated, your schemes will not succeed. You mean to say that you would abandon your honor as Romarians and degenerate into mere base insect? How could I ever allow my kin to return to those bags of decaying flesh, become slaves to fate once more? Seems that the millennia have not led you to accept Remiria's downfall. If anything, you have grown more obstinate still. Perhaps it is our stubbornness alone that we are quite similar. I thought that the long years would have rendered you willing to once more stand by our side. You betrayed your tribe that birthed you. You betrayed Remiria. You may have become the Golden Hunter, but you cannot remove the brand of the Sebastos that marks you still. You will always be a Remirian. Remirians have long ceased to exist. Save in your delusions, the world of the old have passed away. Of course, so it was meant to be. But now the border between past and present has faded. If you insist on becoming the enemy of the ancient realm and sealing me once more in a cage buried beneath the waves, then those Fontaine you wish to protect, yes, all of Petrigal shall be buried as one. Huh? No way! We won't let that happen! That is not up to you, insolent savage. When the time comes, your lowly flesh will be rendered as dust, but your souls will join ours and take the next step of evolution. We shall bestow upon you eternal resilient bonds, may never again suffer mortal pain. Should you words of gratitude, I'll hear them. You've got to be kidding me. That's not something to be thankful for at all. Just like those puppets who danced as you perform, those pitiful slaves and servants, those poor children, everything was stripped from them, and you still speak with such conviction. All things have their price. Now our personal opinions are but refused to be discarded by the higher class of such as I. And this guy is so high up in his high horse, it's no small wonder it's like the second fall of Rome. Besides, as I see it, the ideal form of humanity is adhering unerringly to the perfect order. You're absolutely nuts. And despicable, too. Despicable. Ha! What we call the CASSIODOR did thousands of years ago then. By comparison, this is nothing. But patience. We should have a good long talk, but not here. We shall speak beneath the deep waters and the deepest bowels of ancient realm, where everything began. The realm now awakens, CASSIODOR. You're the sole survivor of the fallen realm. The sole Remirian left with free will, and you have left us for too long. You must return to us and listen to the lamentation and anger of long years. Perhaps then you should be more receptive to the symphony and to the arrangement of Phobos. I'll let you in the royal city of Remeria and the Doma Aurea, where Sebastos applied his melody. I will, of course, extend the appropriate hospitality to those souls from the present before your arrival. Should you remain resolute when the time comes, their souls will naturally receive their releases. And as for you, you're not part of Phobos' plan, and yet great symphony shall in no wise cast out any audience. Do enjoy the passing prelude I have prepared for you. If fortune proves favorable, we shall meet again. Says the Fortuna Fighter. Okay. And I think it's about time we did our dance.
What a nip! Let's nip that in the bud.
Come on, finish him off before his shield comes back. Bam! Double kill. Well, that shut him up. What do we do now? Put duct tape over the mouth to shut him up even more. If you want to save the souls of the townspeople, we're gonna have to head to the Dumas area of whatever that super rude duper arrogant guy talked about, right? As you might recall, we weren't invited. Since when we have ever needed invitations to crash some bad guy's party? Alright, but from what he said, he seemed to have known Aussie for a very long time. Said they worked for Sebastos or whatever. CASSIODOR. If you have anything you'd like to ask me, this time I shall tell you all I know. Tell us about Remeria. That's where you and the rude fellow are both from, right, Aussie? You've heard that name before. That's true, we heard the Remeria back at the fortress of Meripede. Apparently it was ruled by a god named Remus. The story said Remus rode a big ship around and conquered all of Fontaine, but that is as much as Paimon knows. Very well. The story begins with the cult of Fontaine. As you know, it was born. The Sebastos Remus founded a nation above the high sea. That is Fontaine. And the ancestors of the present-day Fontaines named him the Dark Lord Remus in their terror. Before it sank, the body of water was part of the Great Fontaine Lake, and the location where the capital of Remeria was sited. As such, these waters have the same properties of those of Fontaine. Wait, so we're actually the ruins of Remeria now? Indeed, but where the tale differs from the commonly told story is, the people of Remeria were not ordinary human beings like the Fontainians, Rather, they are a new race. Their bodies are cast of stone, with ichor for blood. The Bastos gave us such bodies in hope that we would escape our prisons of rotting flesh and fate. His great vision of all grasp the power of the symphony, and thereby escape the shackles of Fortuna, become the masters of our own destiny. So those stone statues we saw on the way here, those were your kin? Precisely. So I feel they have long lost their free will, or are becoming mindless slaves, worse far off than any human of old, easily perishable though they are. Wait, in that the case, why are you a cat? I am a cat for now, and one's will is all more important than one's body, are they not? Regardless of the Bastos who gave me a new life. We once possessed the high sea, countless cities and palaces, flowers, flowing wine, and yet fate found us all the same. After returning from the deepest depths of the sea, the Sebastos used ichor to create imperishable bodies for the people, and still prophesied future did not change. God King believed that it was because human souls could not escape the gravity of fate, and so he wrote the symphony, a music that we could weave destiny. He believed that through this he found a way to resist fate, but instead that path led us into utter darkness step by step. And in the end, the entire kingdom sank beneath the waves, as though it had been smote by divine punishment. No. I fear that even he did not foresee such an outcome. But all the same, that is what happened. If you have any darkness, I shall know. Tell us about your impudent friend. Impudent. Right, and he called you Cassidor or something, right? But are you called the Ord or something? Just as I have traversed many bodies, I've had many names, of course. This is all thanks to Sebastos, who separated my soul from the grand symphony. A convenient ability indeed. But back to Boethius. He was not always evil. He was once a noble Harmost of Remuria, and the sole survivor of the following great catastrophe that befell. The original purpose of the Golden Castellium was to unify our surviving kin and prevent the catastrophe of rising walls from ever occurring again. But evidently, Boethius had his own designs. While I and the companions ranged across the land, struggling mightily to contain the power of primordial waters, he used his eloquent tongue to sway those who remained. He initiated a fell ritual that aimed to restore the Shattered Symphony and revive the ruined realm. To this day, he cannot hesitate to dissolve the will of our kin, plunder the souls of Fontanians everywhere. Many rulers and nobles became his pawns, and polities newly born on the brink of destruction. To stop him, he had clearly become a monster. I could only forsake the name and become one who hunts phantoms, resisting him alongside the Fontanians. Bitter was a conflict, but there was before we were at last able to see him both the sea devoured a nation. And that is why he names you traitor. I followed Sebastos precisely because you showed me the golden dream, a land where prejudice and difference were no more, a land of justice and freedom. That was once it had become after Remuria sank, no more than a dream. I'd rather be called traitor than let Boethius trample on our ideals. I swore upon fate that I would serve as a barrier between the past and present, lest it had become a spirit keeper of the ancient land. Guess Mr. Impolite's pretty stubborn guy, huh? Even after being beat up and sealed, looking to break out and cause trouble. And I thought even if the evil lingered in him, his soul had long been broken. He would remain naught but discordant notes of a symphony plunged into strife. I never thought he would weave his shattered self into symphony and thus regain mastery over it. The discord and dissonance that now emanate from these waters can be regarded as an extension of his power. If we are able to defeat him, I fear we must wait the moment when all the soul fragments have gathered around one body. If you have anything to ask me, why the symphony and Phobos? Where should I even begin? The symphony is a human memory, persona, woven in melody through musical notation, creating a song which human souls can dwell and have their wishes fulfilled. That is the way to master the symphony, to master fate. This is the secret that the great golden bee Sibylla, the prophet who survived the previous cycle, imparted. Sebastos, who created the symphony, poured these melodies in soluble ichor, in hopes that he might control their own fates through playing the music. He overestimated us, I fear, for his deeds terrified us. People could not bear the burden of fate, and they begged for the god and superior's guidance. At the request of the people, Sebastos wrote the melodies in the grandest of melodies. This new symphony would bring us all the greatest of happiness, and its name was Phobos. But it did not bring what was promised. Indeed, you saw how it all ended, did you? Had the Sebastos plan worked, the symphony would have woven a melody of utmost gentleness for us all, and eternity would last 1,000 years beyond. But something went wrong. Besides, the Sebastos himself only said superior as the Harmos could have changed Phobos' melody, and Boethius was once an excellent Harmost. If you have anything... Oh my god, more questions! So about the dreamscape I saw... You tell the strange dream you saw before? Yes, those were indeed the memories left by he whom I serve, the god King Remus. Though I do not understand how we were able to see him, traveler. But I do not think you need to worry. If this chaotic symphony was enough to control you, it would have done so long ago on the surface. But that has not happened, yes? Because a traveler, for some odd reason, is special and can resist a lot of things and deal with a lot of things. Speaking of which, why isn't Este affected? Is he, specially gifted? I do have some idea. It might be best to wait for the right time to speak of that. Oh, here we go again with the cliffhangers. Just don't forget to tell us, alright? Says Paimon, who is breaking the fourth wall here. In any case, since you can see these things, traveler, that means some fragment of Sebastian's will and memory remains in this waterway symphony. Long millennia have I searched. If you could touch some more of these memories, perhaps I may find the answers I have sought all this time. The great waves could not hurt a god. Even the crest scraped the very skies, and yet the Sebastians disappeared without a trace when our nation fell in the depths. He would not have sat idly by as his nation and people drowned in the blood. Where did he go? Or was his passing remain his true death knell? What? ... And that's enough of the questions. I'm getting sick and tired of the questions. Very well. Blah, blah, blah. Moving on. Guess we're heading to Domosaurus next. So we can meet the root guy, right? It's gonna be dangerous for sure. But I'll continue to guide you. It's after all my homeland, where it may have sunken to the very bottom of the sea. I remember its path still, even after all this millennia. Or so I believe. Okay, cat's out of the bag. Just don't let us down when it counts. Should we encounter difficulties, Mia, count on me. Do not forget I am stronger than any ordinary cat. How strong, I wonder. You know, every time Paimon remembers that you're an ancient person from thousands of years ago, it just feels wrong calling you Aussie. But your full name is way too long. It's wrong to call you by a stupid name, but your old name doesn't really count. Let's call you Monsieur Os. Then, what do you think? Is it plain enough? A name to me is nothing more than a label, but this represents your acknowledgement. Paimon, I will gladly accept it. And Aussie, Osier, Monsieur Oz. Oh God, it's like the Aranara world quest, but instead of heavily relying on the A vowel, we are heavily relying on the O vowel. Hey, let's move on. It would be bad to keep our root friend waiting. The townspeople can't wait that long. The O vowel. Prisoner shackles. Great! It's time to go through the portal.